And now, Turnbuckle's Trunks and...
They present us. I am Nick, joined alongside my brother, the host of the show, Q Ball Carmichael. Q, what is going on, brother?
Slick Nick, it's good to be back on the air with you, brother. We had a couple week hiatus because of the COVID, but we are back. It's going to be bigger and better and stronger than ever.
You know what? Yeah, it's been a few weeks. A lot has happened. You know, tonight we're going to talk about Shad. Of course, heartfelt. It's definitely, it hurts the wrestling world. We're going to talk about Hannah, and we're going to talk about anti-bullying and how important it really is that it does need to stop. Not just in the world, because God knows with the amount of stuff going on right now, the riots, the way the world is up in a roar over, you know, there's so much bullying going on. It's not just happening in the world, guys. It's happening right in professional wrestling every day, as it has been for years. And we're going to look back on some of that. We're going to talk about everything we can. So, Q, it's a pretty jam-packed show tonight, man. But right out of the chute, I got to ask you, how you feeling? Last time we spoke, you were telling me about Jon Stewart. He wasn't well. His family wasn't well. What is the status on that situation right now?
Well, John is doing well, which is good. His family's doing well. I think everybody's doing great. 100% recovery from those guys, which is fantastic. So, you know, it's one of those things where we were really glad that John came through this.
Yeah, well, as we all know, John's family is doing better, which is great. And not only that, but you guys returned Truth Busters that I produce. You guys returned to the airwaves this past Sunday with what I am going to call a kick butt show. You guys dominated it. And, man, it was impressive. Tell me, what was that like being back on the air with Johnny Boy?
I gotta tell you, man, I was really happy with the way the show came out. I thought it was fantastic. I don't think it could have been any better, Nick. I don't think it could have been any better than you.
No, goodness gracious, no. The show was top notch. They hit a home run. You were on key. Your chemistry was incredible. I loved the show. I'd be sitting here lying to you if I told you that the show was even remotely in the dumps. It was that good. I was so pleased. I've said it to you over and over. I've sent you texts. The show was incredible. I loved every second of it. And I'm really excited for part 2 next Sunday night. What do you got planned for that now? Are we still talking aliens? Tell me a little more. Just give me an idea for the fans.
what we're doing is we're actually going to visit different sites around the world that are separated by thousands of miles of oceans that were built between 2,000 and 12,000 years ago, and they were built with such precision that even people of today, construction people of today, in 2020 would have an incredibly difficult time to duplicate the perfection of these sites. And ultimately, it leads to the fact that these people 2,000 or 3,000 years ago, the only cutting tool they had was copper, which is very soft, could not have made these gigantic monuments. We talked about the Great Pyramid of Giza. There's over 2,005,000-pound blocks in that. It's in the middle of the desert. There's no food. There's no water. If they say it took 20 years to build, if you cut each block, which didn't come from there, they come from 60 miles away, you cut the block, get it perfect, put it in place. To take 20 years to do it, you would have to put a block in place every 7 seconds for 20 years. It's not possible. So it's their technology, the way that these sites are located, so the summer and winter solstice actually go through a tunnel and light up a specific item or a person or deity. It's amazing. So we're going to cover these spots. We're going to cover the perfection in which they were built. And at the end of it, we're going to leave the conclusion to the people. If somehow they carved all this stuff with copper or even different tools like stones, how did they have this type of perfection 2,000 and 3,000 years ago? They had to have a higher technology to help them. And that would be the ultimate decision of the people who watch the show to decide if they follow along with this. And I don't see how they can. One thing I did want to cover, I don't know if you noticed, but a really dear friend of mine passed away this past week. Mike Blade. I put a video up on my Cue Ball page of Mike and I wrestling on television. The United States Championship Wrestling in 1997. He was a great kid. I used to stay at his house. Go out to the wrestling. I did. He was famous barbecuing at 2 or 3 in the morning. Whether it was the dead of winter or the middle of summer, he didn't care. So, Mike passed away. He was MIA for a couple of days. His girlfriend went over and found him. And we're not sure what he passed away from. He did go through about a cancer 2013 and beat that. But it looks like probably it was some type of either heart ailment, aneurysm, or seizure of some type. But he passed away. And it really affected me and the guys that used to wrestle in Pittsburgh, where he lived, because he was one of those guys that always had a positive attitude. His life could be falling apart at home. He could be 2 months behind on his rent. Not that he ever was. But he could be 2 months behind on his rent, and he'd get ready to get his car repossessed, and this guy would pop in the locker room, and he would light it up with his positive attitude. He's always Mr. Positive. And, to lose a guy like that, who's just not even 50 yet, is, the wrestler's turf, right? If you make it to 50 as a wrestler, you're pretty fortunate. And next week I turn the big 6-0, man, and I'm an anomaly. I'm a rarity. I'm a 60-year-old surviving professional wrestler that was actually on the road for 20 plus years. So, it's one of those things where I really hit home, and it was sad. But we're gonna move on next week. We'll do a nice 10-bell salute to him. But right now, this show's been planned for a couple of weeks. We have a couple of really important topics to talk about, Nick. I'll let you lead off with them.
Well, first of all, the first thing I'm going to do, man, is give you my condolences, because I actually saw the picture. I never want someone to think I'm not paying attention to you. I know my eyes were over here a little, but that's because I was on Facebook looking for that photo because I actually wanted to post it right here on the show live. I did see the picture, but I can't find it right now. So what I'm going to do is the 10-ball salute next week. Absolutely, 100%, hands down.
Yeah. We'll get some pictures up so we can put a picture up so people can put a face with them and stuff. But this just happened yesterday. I mean, it's one of those things where I'm in shock because,
well, sure, yeah.
From 95 to 2001, this guy was a guy I saw every week. I posted a video of me wrestling on TV. But I had wrestled him probably 12 or 13 other times. And, when you go in a ring with somebody, you're putting your life in their hands, and you trust that they'll deliver you back, and he did. And so, there's a certain chemistry once you've wrestled with somebody that passes away. It's just different.
Absolutely it is. Okay. So we know what you're covering next Sunday night. Can't wait. I'm telling everyone right now, if you go to YouTube, look up Triple T Radio, all one word. You see it right here on the screen right now, Triple T Radio. You look it up, subscribe to it, give us a like, give us a follow, of course. Go to TripleTRadio.com. We can send you there just as quick, right to the actual site on YouTube. Give us a like, give us a follow. I encourage you all that if you listen to Q-Ball Carmichael and Johnny Stewart on Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Atlantic, 8 p.m. Eastern, it is the Truth Busters, and they do tell the truth, let me tell you, and it's their truth. It is the truth. Now,
that's the difference. We don't tell their truth, we tell the truth.
And that's what makes it so much better. Now, okay, I don't even know how you would segue into something like this because this is so heart-wrenching. And I'm talking first and foremost about Hannah Kimura, who the thought of this poor woman at 22 years old taking her own life, and only to find out that a lot of it was the internet warriors, the bullying, the messages, and it all got to her. So, where do you even start with that? Because I don't know how many times the keyboard can be your best friend and it can be your worst enemy. Because the worst thing you can do, Q, fans used to watch The Business because they liked the wrestling. Today they watch The Business so they can critique the entire thing from entrance music to the final bell. What has happened? Why have fans grown so attached that they feel that they have to pick apart the product? And I'm not referring to just the WWE. I'm referring to the world of professional wrestling and sports entertainment. Why has it gotten so bad with the bullying?
I don't even know where to begin with that. I mean, like you said, you used to be wrestling fans. Listen, suspend belief and enjoy what you're seeing. And now it's gotten to the point where they just want to go on Twitter. Everybody's wants to be maligning, mean, bullying, aggressive, just saying horrible things about people. And I don't know what has happened to society. This is the paradigm that's completely switched from 20 years ago. When there's wrestling fans, now there is critics, and it's brutal, And the whole thing with Hannah hits home with me because, when my daughter was young, she was bullied at school so bad that eventually we took her out of school. We had her in a home school, Keystone School, for a year, and then I became certified as an actual learning center through the state of North Carolina, where if she graduates high school from me, she still gets a North Carolina high school diploma. So, we could teach as many kids as we wanted to, and we just did it for her. And,
to escape the constant bullying and things. And I don't know if it was because she's got that quirky personality like me, or it was just me kids. I don't know. Usually, and I've done a parent-teacher conference on bullying, and I say this first and foremost, it starts and ends at home. Number one, and number two, there is no innocent bystanders to bullying. If you watch it and you don't stop it, you're complicit. It's just like if you and I walk into a grocery store, you pull out a gun and shoot somebody, we're both going to jail. If somebody's watching bullying happen and they're not doing anything about it, they're complicit with the bully. And people don't understand that, but it's the truth. And the internet, you can't escape the internet. Here's the problem. I'm a digital immigrant. Meaning I was born before the internet started. A lot of these kids are not digital immigrants. They were born in the internet, and it's pretty much their life. And when somebody has a self-confidence issue, Hannah was a beautiful girl. She was great in the ring. She had the best outfits. She was a class act. But what happens is people start hammering away at, you suck and you should kill yourself and all this stuff. And then everybody has that little bit of self-doubt inside them. It's a seed. There's a lack of confidence deep down inside you. And that seed grows, and it grows. And you start to believe what they say. And that was what she said in her note, is she quoted the last tweet that somebody had sent her. And then she took her own life, 22 years old. The world in front of her, a good Japanese wrestler, great style, great outfits, pretty girl, beautiful body. And she starts to believe these bullies and says, maybe they're right. And then she has one of those days, we all have them. We have one of those days where we're feeling a little depressed, we're feeling a little sad for whatever reason, and you read something like that, and you're like, well, God, maybe they're right. Maybe I am that. And it's so easy these days to commit suicide. And when somebody's been bullied for a long time, it ends the pain, And unfortunately, at least everybody in the family and friends and people surrounding the sport scratching their heads going, I've had friends that commit suicide, and I always think, could I have said something different? Could I have done something different? My best friend committed suicide, and I didn't see it coming, but I always think in my head, could I have went back to the last conversation I had with him 2 days before he took his own life and told him, hey, brother, I'm here for you. What do you need? Do you need me to drive over and get you? What do you need me to do? I'll do it. And that question is constantly on my mind. In this particular case, I have this wrestling robe. We're talking about, make sure everybody knows. I have this wrestling robe in my garage. You saw it. I have basically an altar to him. I have a giant picture. I have the Buddy Landau Memorial Cup that Tracy won. And I go out there, and like today, I walked by and I said, hey, bud, because I have a picture, big picture, huge, of him, and his eyes follow you in the picture. And when I hear about Hannah, I think about him. I think about these people that had so much to give to the world. So much. But something went wrong. Something inside of the little seed of self-doubt grew, and it grew, and it grew, and it was getting fed by all these negative comments and all these questions and all these, what am I going to do now? And then they take their own life, and it leaves the rest of us to pick up the pieces. And it's extremely difficult. Every day I walk by that, and I say hi to him, and I look at his robe, and I ask myself, if I shouldn't have done something, stop. And you see a girl like Hannah that takes her life to 22, and I think about my 14-year-old daughter who gets bullied, got bullied in school. And when she was 11, we found a suicide note she wrote. And the only reason she didn't kill herself was because she said her mom and dad loved her too much. And, it pains me to see these young people suffer from this. It's brutal. It's brutal every time somebody takes their own life like that. It's just devastating to her friends and her family. I'm sure it was to me. It still is. It never goes away. It never gets better. There's no closure. There's just wondering what I could have done. And so I feel my prayers and condolences are with her family and her friends, and let them know there's other people out here to talk to that have been through that, are surviving, trying to move on every day. It's difficult. It's very heartbreaking. I'm sure her family's got the same questions I do. Could I have said something different? Could I have been there for her more? Could I have maybe asked her a question that would stop her or something? That's always good fear. It never goes away. And I'm sure their family won't either. At least the survivors end up with survivor guilt. It's not a good thing, and there's ways to cope to deal with it, but it's still, we have difficult days. Everybody has difficult days. When you have difficult days, I beg you to pick up the phone and call a friend or call a suicide prevention line. I did a charity for my birthday, and it was 1+1. It's basically help for people who are thinking about committing suicide. And I had a $200 goal. We were at $150, and it's still, 8 days to my birthday. So I'm hoping we get the $200 and send that money up. It goes directly to them. It's chosen charity. So that people know that there's at least a number they can call. There's somebody they can talk to.
I'm going to try to pick this up where I can. Number one, to your best friend, no, there was nothing you could have done. Okay, we clear that up right away. It was just bad. It was just a horrible situation. Never put that on yourself. We all do that. We all think, what if, but in those circumstances, there isn't a what if. There was nothing you could have done. His mind was made up. Never put that on yourself. And I just want to say that right away. That's the first thing I want to get off. Second, your daughter's a superstar. So I need to say that as well, because if it wasn't for her, I don't think I'd be able to get your ass figured out on this show. I'm sorry, but let's clear that up.
We were fishing this morning. I took her and her best friend fishing this morning, and they weren't catching a fish, so they decided to go swim. And while they were swimming, I caught 3.
There you
go. And I yelled over the swimming area, "Hey!" As soon as I got the third one, they came running over to fish.
They were fishing again.
Hooks and tying on sinkers and doing all the work. And Abigail catches the same turtle 3 times. Same little baby turtle. She catches them 3 times in a row. She told me, she's 14, Nick, but she told me this. When you catch a baby turtle 3 times, it's a spiritual awakening.
Really?
That's pretty deep. A spiritual awakening. It's pretty deep for a 14-year-old.
I'm going to go with that. I think that's a fair criticism. Okay, Hannah. This girl was 5'5". I looking at her attire and the way she was, I feel some of it's terrible. It's so much emotion. When you look at her, and I feel like when I look at her, I see Oscar, the attire, the look. That's when I look at her, I feel like I'm seeing someone who was inspired by Oscar. That's what I see.
Yeah.
Now, am I wrong?
Yeah.
I could be. But when I look at that attire and the way she's
No,
dressed,
you're right.
I see Asuka. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But this girl was 22 years old, okay? So, and this, we can't reach the entire world. I get that, Okay, you know what? If we're lucky that 200 people see this video, then that is cool. That's 200 people that maybe needed to hear something like this. But if you share this video, the way Q just expressed this to you guys, okay? She was 22 years old. She was just a kid. She really, really is. I know that we often will say when our daughters and our sons are 18 and up, we say they're young adults. I get that. But this girl really was just a kid. She was 22 years old. She started wrestling and training with Wrestle One in Japan. Born and raised in Tokyo, where some people will tell you that, when you look at pro wrestling, if you're not thinking of the United States or Canada, you immediately think of Japan. Some of the greatest wrestlers in the world have come from Japan. And I'm not sidebarring. I'm just trying to express to people the importance of any woman or any man.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Go ahead.
No, please. No,
I'm not sure if you are friends with Jazzy Gilbert. She wrestled as the alpha female in Japan.
Okay.
And she's originally from Germany. I'll send you her info. You send her a friend request. She had a great 5 and 6 year run to Japan. And the reason I know her is she used to send me videos and ask me to critique her. And that was when she was struggling in Germany. She got a full-time gig in Japan, moved there, spent 5.5 years in Japan, and she knew Hannah since the day she came in, and she wrestled her dozens of times. And she was just devastated too, and I reached out to her and, gave her my condolences and stuff because she lived at the dojo with Hannah. So Becky lived there. So, I tried, try to let him know that, hey, it's not good. It never goes away, but you learn coping mechanisms to cope with it.
Yes.
That's the best I can put it.
And I think that's a fair statement. That's a fair statement. You never get over it. It's coping with it. It's, somebody, a real wise woman who actually took her life by suicide here in St. John, once said to me, she said, it's not about getting over something or going over it and assuming it's gone forever. It's going through it and coping with it and coming out, and you still deal with it for the rest of your life, but you cope with it. You move forward and you battle. And this young lady took her life. Now, she was about 20 years older than I am, but God love her because, she helped a lot of people in her day, and she was a wonderful lady. I'll say that. Hannah, who ended up in Stardom, which is, really a big deal. And, she was 22. I can't say that enough. She was well on her way to NXT. She was well on her way to a WWE career. How would I say this? That, we not only lost a young lady, but we lost the next, what could have been the biggest star in the industry. We'll never know. That's not for us. We can't see into the future. But what we can do is tell you how good this girl was yesterday. How great she put butts in seats and people couldn't wait to watch her perform. But the same people couldn't wait to get onto their internet, onto their keyboards, and make comments and bring her down. Q, we spoke about it. We talked about, the bad. How could fans go about it to maybe try to change a bit, lighten up the mood, instead of saying, hey, you had a horrible match and you suck. How about, hey, decent match, you did your best, I enjoyed it. Tell me some ways, Q, that fans could maybe help out a little bit here instead of just crap.
The way I was raised, my mother said, if you don't have anything good to say about people, don't say anything at all. And, if we're at the opposite end of the spectrum,
how about some encouragement? How about, hey, I see improvement from your, a match you had 2 weeks ago. How about saying, look, you're going to have to work harder to get better, but you definitely can do it. Anybody can do it that puts their mind to it. And let's add something like that in there. Let's tell the person, hey, look, I've had guys ask me to watch their match, and I've come back, and I could have been brutal about it, but instead I was encouraging and telling them that I was hoping that they would, improve, work harder, do better. Let's start encouraging people instead of discouraging people. Let's not sit back and be an armchair quarterback to everything in life. Look, if you were in that situation, could you have done any better? Probably not. So let's just look for words of encouragement. This has been a very rough time. We've lost a lot of people to the COVID. It's the most deadly terrorist act ever in the world. And by terror, people were scared. They were afraid. If you look up terrorist, it doesn't say anything about getting shot with an AK-47. Look up the term. It means to create terror in people and fear. And the COVID created fear and terror amongst people around the world. It's really been the biggest terrorist of them all. And so we've been scared, all of us. We've worried about loved ones. We've lost loved ones. What we need to do now as a world, not just a country, but as a world, is we need to pull together, and we need to be thankful that we're still here, that it wasn't the Spanish flu that killed 50 million people around the planet. It got in check, we knew what to do, and we need to pick up the pieces. And by that I mean, we need to look at people and understand everybody has value. Everybody adds something to society. If you're a Christian and you throw out these remarks, how dare you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're a Christian by convenience, period. You go to church so you can tell people you go to church. That's not the idea about going to church.
No, of course not.
So if you have any Christian values whatsoever, do not speak badly of people. Do not. Encourage them. Get them motivated. To use your words for good, not for negativity. Words are powerful. And once something's put out there, it's like throwing a stone. If you throw a stone, you can't unthrow it.
No, that's
if
right.
You put something out, if you put something on the internet, you can't unthrow it.
No, that's right.
Let's be cautious in our words. Let's be encouraging in our words. Let's be motivational. Let's be positive. And let's pull together as a world after going through the COVID and the stuff that went on, in Minneapolis. I mean, it's just horrible. So let's focus on working together as a society to make the necessary changes together in an orderly, professional, and positive way, not in a negative way. There's no sense in having a riot in California because of what happened in Minnesota. George Floyd's brother went on TV yesterday and begged everybody to stop the violence. This is the brother of the man that was murdered by those 4 thugs that just happened to wear a badge.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they are. They should all be in jail for the rest of their lives. But when his brother called for a halt in violence, that should tell you something. When that man's brother says, look, This is not the way to handle this. Burning buildings, cars, attacking the police, attacking innocent people on the freeway. This is not the way to handle my brother's death. He wouldn't have wanted this. So people need to heed those words. We need to be kinder to each other. We need to become a kind society again. It doesn't cost a penny to be kind. You know,
Oh, that's right.
ask a woman, every time I see a small woman in a grocery store looking up on a shelf, I say, man, can I get that for
So
you?
do I.
She goes, do you work here? I said, no. She goes, do you mind? I want 2 of them. It happens all the time because I'm a tall guy.
I do it all the time with people.
When somebody's backing up on a parking place, stop and wait for them to back up. That 10 seconds ain't going to kill you. Don't cut them off and hope they don't hit you, Hold the door for somebody, for goodness sakes. That's coming in behind you, Be kind.
I've opted
Doesn't cost a dime.
I've opted out on even commenting on George Floyd's. I'm calling it, an assassination because it was wrong.
Yeah.
But when people ask, when I see all these things, I don't need to post anything because, anyone who knows me, I don't care if you're black, blue, green, yellow, orange. I don't care if you are, I don't care what you are. I love you. You know what? Give me a reason not to like you, and then we'll talk. But everyone, I'm good to everybody, and people are good to me, and I choose to love everyone the exact same. I don't care. I don't look at someone and say, "Oh, look." I don't do that. I say, "Oh, look, man, there's so and so. Oh, he looks like he could use a hand. Oh, look, that old lady." I don't care. Okay, I never have, and I'm never going to. I love everyone, and that's anyone who knows me knows. That's just who I am.
It's a true story, and I've often put out on my page. I don't pick my friends by religion, politics, or sexual orientation. I don't care. If you're a good person, I'm going to be good to you.
Yeah.
You respect me, I'll respect you. Be kind to everybody. Give everybody a chance, man.
That's right.
And my wife tells me you never go out and you never meet a stranger. Because I have conversations with everybody. And I have to get people in a 5-minute conversation tell me all the problems that they have. And I knew that they were just looking for someone to listen.
Absolutely.
If somebody that wouldn't take it back and tell their brother or their sister or their mom or their father or something. Somebody can take 5 minutes to listen to them. And sometimes that 5 minutes is so valuable to that person that they walk away and they remember you the rest of your life.
Most
And
certainly.
that's the gift. That's the gift of kindness.
And
You just have to do that.
what a way to segue into this next topic. And you say the word kindness, and I just, boom. Like, what a great way to segue into Shad Gaspard. A legend, if you will. A man who, if there was ever a recipient that deserved the Warrior Award and deserved any Hall of Fame across the world, it is him. I'm getting goosebumps just saying his name. On May 17th, we lost a very young man, 39 years of age. A man who was hilarious in his run in the WWE, but he wasn't just a professional wrestler. He was a dad. He was a husband. He was a best friend. I'm sure he was an uncle. He was a cousin. He was everything. He was a friend to everybody.
It's when you're gone, I'll tell a bunch of stories about that.
Yeah, May 17th, the world was hit with the news that the Shad had saved his son, and in the situation, it did turn tragic, but not without that boy being alive today, who will always look back at a fallen angel who left us on that day.
A hero. A true hero.
A real hero. You know, we talk about our men and our women that are overseas fighting the fight that gives us the very freedom that we have today. And we're very thankful. But sometimes people don't realize that that fight is happening right here in our own backyard. And this man saved a life and sacrificed his own. And if that doesn't tell you something, I don't know what does. I mean, he saved his son to give his own life.
It's the ultimate test of a man's integrity. And we all think we do the same thing, but we know that that's not true. And when it came to saving somebody, Shad said, "Save my son first." Those was his last words. And then a wave hit him and he was gone. But you know, I talked to a guy in Virginia Beach, urban legend, a friend of mine. He stayed at my house. He's come to my camps. He said, "Gosh, I just FaceTimed with him on Friday." And I said, "How well did you know him?" He goes, "Well, I met him at a show about 4 years ago, and he gave his number, and we've stayed in touch, and we FaceTime about twice a month." Well, then I talked to a guy in Michigan. Now, this one is in Virginia Beach. I talked to a guy in Michigan, and he says, "Oh, man, I just talked to him." And I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Him and I talk all the time. We have since I met him like 3 years ago." So Shad's the type of person that would just give you his cell phone number. Now, here's a guy, prime time, and he, for 2 years, had a great run in WWE.
I guess he did.
I love that gimmick.
Oh,
that gimmick was
great piece of business. Great piece of business.
Oh, yeah, it was. It didn't get its full run or its full due. It should have ran for 10 years, man.
They could have ran that
so
for
much
20 years and it wouldn't have got old.
Vince missed the boat on that one.
I think he would admit that now. I think he would now.
That was, you know what that was? That was Booker T. What was his brother's name?
Stevie Ray.
Booker T and Stevie Ray in WCW, in WWE, younger and even funnier.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
even
that's a fair statement.
And they, oh man, they could have been pushed to the moon and back. And all the guys I talked to, like Matt Hardy and stuff, he always said he wished they would have stayed and they would have been able to do this thing for years. Because there was so much material. It was never ending. You could switch a face and heel, a face and heel. It was, and I'm not blowing it up because the guy died since he was a kid. I'm blowing it up because it's fat. I loved that gimmick. See, in the 90s, late 90s, early millennium, I worked in Maryland Championship Wrestling, which was a very big promotion, drawing 1,700 people on a Thursday night. 2000 and Michael's 8th Avenue. And they had Two Dope and Sideswipe were their names. Two black guys playing a similar gimmick. And let me tell you something. Dino Divine had the tag team championship belt. And they were babyface, we were heels. We used so many stereotypical gimmicks and sayings that it was just so much fun. And we did this with these guys for 6 months. And I said, gosh, we got to figure out a way to make this go longer. Still friends with both of them on Facebook. They're not in the business. But, then I saw Crime Time, and I'm like, now that's the A game of that. That's the ultimate, two guys to play that part. So, yeah, it was, what do you say when you hear that and you're just like, jeez. I wish you never want to be in that situation, but if you do, you want to be a hero like he was. You know, we always say we put our kids first. He proved the ultimate putting your child first.
You know, he paid the ultimate price for the greatest sacrifice. You know, if I can say it like that,
Well put, my friend, well put.
He really did, because he left this world and he leaves a huge void with his wife and his child, but they have the greatest memory that will live on forevermore. It will never die. It will always be remembered. And the thing is, he leaves the wrestling world with a huge heart, and they love him. If they liked him then, they love him now.
Yeah.
How could you not love a man?
If the WWE needs to have a Heroes Award, and he needs to be the first recipient of the WWE Hero Award.
I'm putting it out there right now, man. I'm putting it out there right now that in 2021, he will go into the Hall of Fame, whether it's with Crime Time or whether it's by himself. And it's for all the right reasons. It is. It's for all the right reasons, because we've lost guys from suicide. We've lost guys from accidents. We've lost guys from... Actually, I don't even want to say what I was going to say there. But this man died saving his child. You know, at a moment where he didn't have a chance to think. He had one objective in mind, and that was to save that boy. And then he left this world, but wherever he is up there, he can look down and know, without a shadow of a doubt, that he did his job on that day. And that's what he wanted.
And that kid can wear the shirt that says, "My dad is my hero," or the coffee cup I have. If I have a young game and it says, I have a hero, his name is Dad. That's legit. That's legit.
And you know, his son is going to grow up without a father, but he's going to grow up with a legacy of the father who was a hero. So it's sort of a bittersweet thing. Yeah, I know.
Wow.
It's a bittersweet thing.
You got the hair standing up on my arm. He was a giant of a man. He was 6'7". I know. I can feel the goosebumps everywhere on me here. I'm flustered. I'm emotional. I've got so many memories. I'm thinking, and you know, one memory I gotta throw out there, and this is totally for the fans. The D-Generation X being not able to get in the building. And I don't know if you've seen this lately, but I'll send it to you if you haven't. And Shawn Michaels can talk thug, and Hunter couldn't. So Shawn goes over to them, and he's going to get some tickets. They're scalping tickets. And he goes over with a briefcase full of money. And Shawn starts talking, and he's got the hands going, and the guy, you know, and I'm telling you, brother, if anything, I'll air it on here next week just for the fans, but it was so friggin' funny.
Oh, you gotta send it to me.
Oh, my God. And it hits you right here, brother. It really does, because it was just that funny. The look on Shad's face told the entire story.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it was amazing.
You gotta send that, man.
Yeah, I missed that. You gotta send that. Yeah, you know, here's the thing: is it hits home when that happens, because you know, ironically, when I started my birthday thing, they give me a month. My birthday thing started on the 11th of May, and then Hannah goes through that, you know, and it's a reminder. And then, you know, the world's looking for heroes because they you know, they're looking for wrong heroes, looking at heroes that play sports, football, basketball, hockey, movie stars. And you need to look at the real life heroes like Shad and what he did. And there's a lot of instances. There was a plane that crashed in 1980 into the bridge in Washington, D.C. And this guy, I never forget his name, Lenny Skutnik. The plane hits the bridge and crashes. The river's frozen solid. It's the middle of January. The plane busts through, but some people get out. So Lenny swims out and he grabs one person. And they get a lifeline, the fire department does, with a ring. And there's one guy out there, and they throw the ring to him, and he hands it to the girl next to him. This is a video, you can find it. And he hands it up like 4 times to the other people. He's the last person, and before they can get him, he goes under and drowns.
Wow.
He saved 5 people. 5 people. You look up plane crash in Potomac River.
I'll
find it. I'll send it to you.
Please do.
But the guy on the shoreline, the maintenance man on the way to his work, he's diving in water that's frozen. I mean, it's frozen solid, the whole river that year. It was so cold. And he jumps in and starts saving people, and they throw the ring out, and the last guy passed everybody, and he due to hypothermia, he went under, and it's just, it tugs your heartstrings, because you know his family's going to recognize him. And in that case, there's another guy that dies as a hero that puts people first that he doesn't even know.
Yeah. Let that be a lesson. Let that be a lesson to you people that do bully. And if you do and you don't want to say it, don't say it. That's fine. But listen to what we're saying. Listen to the message we're trying to give to you guys tonight on this show. Because it's a real message. It's not a joke. It's not a, public advertising. We're being honest with you guys. We're just telling you guys that the bullying needs to stop. And listen to the stories about these heroes as Q is just one I didn't even know of. And it tugs. It tugs on your heartstrings. And you realize just how important it is to, love. Love. If you got nothing nice to say, you said it. Don't say anything.
Yeah, and people think a really expensive chef's knife is sharp. There's nothing sharper than a human tongue. You can cut somebody to their core with it. It's the sharpest instrument in the world is the human tongue. And the words that come off of it, making a girl take her life because of something you put on Twitter. I hope that person has remorse in their heart and sits down and asks for forgiveness for what they did. Because that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, she was already struggling. She was already having a tough time. But that was the straw that broke the camel's back. And, that expression is so true in this case. It's never been more real that that's what happened. It just was enough. And when are people going to learn that? How many people out there that we don't hear about that are some sort of a star? That people slam them, continue on the internet. And, kids today, when I was a kid, I came home from school. School was over. Even if there was a bully, he was gone. And I could go out back and play, and I could have fun, and go down to the river and fish. Now kids come home, they get on social media, and they're getting cyberbullied.
Yep.
They can't get away from it. From the time they wake up in the morning to the time they go to sleep at night, they're bullying at school, it goes to the internet, and one person puts it out, and 3 or 4 people think it's cool, jump on board, and next thing you know, you got a child that commits suicide. Listen, a really good friend of mine, I won't mention his name, 5 years ago, his daughter was being bullied at school. She was 15. They come home, they couldn't find her. They called everybody they knew, nobody'd seen her. The police came and looked, couldn't find her. After about an hour, a cop went back upstairs and he actually slid open a closet door, and there was hanging this man's 15-year-old daughter the whole time. She was hanging. She killed herself. And they're calling everybody. They're looking for everybody. They looked through the house. Nobody looked in the closet. Him and a police officer went up and opened the closet. And you imagine as a father opening up the closet and seeing your dead 15-year-old hanging there, dead for 4 hours, came home early from school and killed herself because she was being bullied so bad at school. It's just sad.
It is sad. We're gonna try to leave this show on a high note, though. That's what we're gonna do.
Let's do it.
Because we bring you this show so you can enjoy a little conversation. You know, we love our shows. You know, we bring you this show on Tuesdays. We bring you Truth Busters on Sundays. We try to give you guys what we can. You know, obviously, Q is busy. He's not only a father and a husband, he's a cop. He's a busy man. He's a professional wrestler, no matter how you look at it. He may not be on the road every single day anymore, but he's still a professional wrestler. You know, I have a full-time job. I have, children. I have a wife. We're busy people, but we try to give you all the content we can. We encourage you guys as we begin the update on TripleTRadio.com to check it out. YouTube, hit us a subscribe and a comment. Tell us how much you love the show. You know, we're here. We love you guys. We do this show for you guys. And we love your feedback, don't we, Q?
We do, yeah. We want to hear from you. Let us know what you think. If you want to see something, some topic covered on the show, let us know and do the same thing on Truth Busters. When we're done with that series, we can move on to something else. We love the input. And next week, I have a really huge announcement. I mean, a big announcement. An announcement that's going to shock you and probably shock the wrestling world. It's unbelievable. And issue started on Brainstorm Monday. Issue started taking Brainstorm Monday.
Who?
None other than producer at WWE, Steve Carino. He was so excited that when he got his box of 2 bottles, he took a picture and sent it to me. It's funny. It's funny. I'll text the guy, an indie guy, and I might hear back from him in a week. I text Steve Carino, no matter where he's at in the world, I get a text back within 5 minutes. And I told him the other day I appreciated it. And he said, brother, 24 years ago, I was a struggling young wrestler, and you gave me my first chance. And I'll never forget it. His first steady work came in the IPWA. He had a match or 2 here or there. Nobody wanted to book him because he was a skinny kid. And his first time out with me, managed the Iron Sheik against me. And then we made him a regular. And because he was so skinny and he resembled Sean Waltman, every time, now we sold out the same building, 500 people, every 6 weeks for 6 years. Every time he would cover somebody, the entire crowd would chant in unison, 4, 5, 6. Because he looked so much like a 1, 2, 3 kid. I had videos. My videos getting sent to be put on CDs back then. You won't believe it. 500 people. 4, 5, 6. Right.
Q.
We were talking about that the other day, man. So, you see young stars like Julio De Niro, Tom Brady. You'll see the Headbangers, the Wrestle For Me. You'll see Boo Bradley, who later became Balls Mahoney, Axl Rotten. I mean, God bless their souls.
Yes.
You'll see all these guys wrestling on these CDs. It's gonna be a great collection. I can't wait to get it done. And I got a guy, the guy that's doing it followed me wrestling all over Baltimore and Washington, D.C. area. So he's so into it. He lives in Florida now. He's going to convert them all for us and make a couple special edition ones. I told him to make the best of Cue Ball Carmichael. That'd probably be about a 2-minute video.
Cute.
So that's good news.
I like it. I love you. That's it. We're done. We're gone now. And we're going to come back here Sunday night for Truth Busters.
Yeah, we're covering a pretty heavy topic.
I guess we are.
You don't want to miss it.
And I'm going to
Sounds
put
good,
it.
brother.
I love you. I'll talk to you next week right here on Turnbuckles,
Triple T Radio,
Trunks and
baby.
Titles, baby.
Triple T Radio.
You are the man. We'll see you next Sunday.
All right, brother.
Later, my man.